He's ready for the fight, and he keeps it right at night. Wait till you hear what Mark Levin has at 8.
The politicization of this issue has undermined the credibility of so many of these institutions. If you're vaccinated and somebody else is not vaccinated, I don't quite understand what the issue is. The government, television hosts, they're not to be trusted. You trust your own physician.
The great one, Mark Levin, tonight at 8 on Southwest Florida's 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Wednesday. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
We will not provide Republican votes for raising the debt limit.
Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and GOP senators blocked a short-term funding bill that includes a debt limit increase. They want that in a separate bill. Now we're just 3 days away from a potential government shutdown.
Potentially erasing all the progress we have made to pull ourselves out of the COVID crisis.
Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer in the House. Democrats keep negotiating with Democrats as Speaker Nancy Pelosi hopes for a vote on a bipartisan infrastructure bill on Thursday.
But the vote won't happen alongside the president's $3.5 trillion spending package as she hoped that it would. This could put both votes in jeopardy as progressives have vowed not to support infrastructure without the spending package that even some Senate Democrats feel is too costly.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. 4 weeks after the last U.S. troops left Afghanistan in a chaotic evacuation, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley will testify at a Senate hearing.
While the topic of the hearing is the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, General Milley may get other questions while he's under oath about his time during the Trump administration. Recent books have included reporting that focuses on Milley, including claims that Milley took steps to avoid a potential military conflict with China.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. A deadline for healthcare and nursing home workers in New York to get a COVID vaccine has come and gone. Those who didn't get the shots can lose their jobs. Governor Kathy Hochul wants to bring in out-of-state and foreign medical workers to replace them. And an appeals court has reinstated New York City's mandate for teachers to be vaccinated. In court in New York, R. Kelly, convicted of sex trafficking and racketeering, acting U.S. Attorney Jacqueline Kasoulas calls the singer
a predator who used his inner circle to ensnare underage girls and young men and women for decades.
R. Kelly could get life in prison. He also faces charges in 2 other states. America's listening to Fox News.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. A very clear and quiet start to the morning drive out across Southwest Florida. We are crash and incident free right now across Lee County. Collier County dealing with an overnight crash getting cleared up on Pine Ridge Road just west of Livingston Road near Cypress Glen Way. So that's not too far from Barron Collier High School and Osceola Elementary, as well as the school district headquarters. Just be extra cautious because deputies, it looks like they still are on scene out there. In Charlotte County dealing with construction again this morning along US 17 heading east toward DuPont Street and Brown Street. So in the direction of I-75 off of US 41, the left lane blocked off in the eastbound direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky. Mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many, with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The hosts you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question, but more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated their spending. And you know taxes will impact what you've set aside. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. You're also smart enough to know where to get help. It's time to put things in order with a fee-only fiduciary. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. One team, one plan, one fee. Annex Wealth Management.
This week at Rockstar Harley, buy any pre-owned Harley and get a $1,500 gift card. Finance specialists on site to get you approved of any pre-owned Harley at Motown and Motor City Harley now through Sunday. At Rockstar Harley now through Sunday. Guitar cannot be used towards the purchase of a new Harley motorcycle.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, how you doing, Southwest Florida? Glad to see you here. 239-479-5592. That's the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That, my friends, is the website. That's where you go if you want to watch this program. That's where you go if you want to subscribe to the podcast so you can listen at your convenience, and we do appreciate that. A busy day today. Let's see. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond's going to join us at 7:35. A lot has taken place in Lee County over the past week and a half. Budgets and the like, road construction. I mean, there's a ton of things that are going on that we need to dig into in the county. So we'll get to that coming up at 7:35. And then at 8:05, we'll be joined, hopefully, Senator, Florida State Senator, Manny Diaz, who's going to talk to us about education. We're going to really dig into the education issue here in the state of Florida and get his thoughts on CRT, what's going on there, get his thoughts on maybe cameras in schools. I might bring that up. Why wouldn't I bring that up, Jake? Shouldn't I do that? I need to start planting the seeds. That's the planting seed sound effect. Did you know it actually makes a sound when you plant a seed? Like that? Did you know that?
Don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay. How many times have you planted a seed for your tomorrow? Okay. If I say plant a seed for your tomorrow, you have no idea what I'm referencing, do you?
Nope.
Do you know who John Denver is? 239-479-5592. All right, let's move on. A couple of things that we're keeping an eye on, some stories that are out there. Certainly, you probably heard this. Senate Republicans blocked a measure to fund the government. Hold on a second. This is bad, right? It's the evil Republicans. It's from the Hill. So you can imagine how this is already couched. The evil Republicans, let me frame this the proper way. The evil Republican Party has decided that they don't want to fund the government, and in which case put the already fragile economy into a complete and utter tailspin. Vote to suspend the debt ceiling, carrying through on their threat not to deliver votes for a Democrat measure to raise the government's borrowing limit. We've got to raise the borrowing limit in order to be able to pass all of these trillions and trillions of dollars and the human infrastructure and the like. And I bring this up because the humorous part of it, and I have to see if I can find the specific a tweet that I was talking with somebody about yesterday. Is this it? Wait, let me see. Because you have to remember who we're dealing with here. So we're dealing with a party that wants you to believe that it's the Republicans' fault that debt limits can't be raised, that spending can't happen, that dogs and cats will be getting along all over town. It's chaos. It's mayhem. It's absolute. It's an outrage. The problem is, it was Rosie Memos who put this out. That's right. Who was putting out a tweet from Nancy Pelosi back in 2018. This is just, this is rich, as some people would say. Nancy Pelosi on January 18th, 2018, put out a tweet that said, "This is the first time in recent memory that a government shutdown has been possible when one party has controlled the White House, House and Senate. The Republicans own it. Hashtag do your job." That was from 2018. Hey, anybody check lately? If we're talking about not raising the debt ceiling and then possibly, there's going to be a government shutdown because of it, I'm just asking. Who's in Jake the Millennial, who hasn't checked out yet? It's not Friday. Joe Biden, President of the United States, Republican or Democrat? Do we know? Democrat. Okay. The House, the House of Representatives, the majority of the House, is that a Republican or Democrat? You should Democrat. It's Democrat. Okay, good. The Senate. Yeah, I know the Senate is Republican, but the issue is the split, right? The being able to have that 50-50 with the vice president being able to. Yeah, the key here is that and I know, they know that they are in charge here. If they had the votes, if they could put it all together, they wouldn't have to worry about Republicans. So just the fact that they are able to make the claim that Republicans were the ones that didn't want to vote for raising the debt ceiling, putting that out there, and then this idea that every single Democrat is on board, period, full stop. If every Democrat was on board, then we wouldn't have any kind of issue with raising debt ceilings or pushing legislation forward, or we wouldn't have to worry about waiting till Thursday to vote on infrastructure. It would already be in the bag because you wouldn't have progressives in the House who are kind of holding Nancy Pelosi, you don't want to say hostage, but at bay because they have questions about whether or not they're going to get the money that they want, the $3.5 trillion plus, the money it's paid for. I mean, it's fully paid for. There's zero cost. I mean, that's what they tell us. That if you had everybody on board, and and I know that we wouldn't even have these issues. It would just be rammed through. It would just be, there it goes. But it's not. Why not? It's almost as if people have some questions. Yeah. So that's pretty funny. So we've got the showdown. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we've got a Republican Party who's ready to stand there and go, okay, come on, bring it. It's your presidency, Democrat Party speaking. I mean, it's everybody's president, but Democrat Party. You've got the House. Technically, you've got the Senate. When you're talking about the votes, if you had them all and tie-breaking votes and the like. Okay, you get the idea. All right, so just keeping an eye on that. I know it's full on panic. Hey, Joe Biden is president of the United States, so that should give you full on panic right there if you are following everything that's going on. Yesterday, he got a. Did you see that live on TV? It's really cool. The president of the United States got his booster shot right on camera. It was pretty amazing watching the president of the United States get that booster shot and letting everybody know that even though the science and the data is not on his side, and even though we have the issues of whether or not you have an FDA who wants to approve a booster shot, and they say, yeah, we're not really into the whole booster shot approval thing. And they're like, you guys, are you kidding? Oh, we're going full steam ahead with this. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, he did that. But there was more to it than just the sticking in the arm and the throwing caution into the wind when it comes to the science and the data that doesn't exist for some of the things that this administration is doing. If you did watch Tucker Carlson last night, what a fantastic segment that I've got to bring portions of that to you this morning if you missed it, because it really is the church of COVID. And after what the governor of the state of New York, Governor Hochul, said yesterday in a church of all places, about what is right and what is wrong, and the real church of COVID. That's the one that you should care about. And some of what she communicated yesterday, pretty outrageous and hypocritical, and we'll get to that. You start to realize that there is this kind of cult that's going on with the vid. There's a cult going on with the vid. And Tucker made the case, and I'm going to talk about that a little this morning. But, a couple of things that come to mind. Number one, when the president is getting the booster, and when the president is being asked about when we're going to be able to, hey, can we get back to normal? Is there any time that we're going to be able to maybe, just kind of live our lives, I know I don't want to say liberty and freedom. You can't do that because no. When you've got a pandemic going, when you have bodies on the ground all over the place, when you have hospitals overwhelmed, when you have people just dropping dead all over the place, that you can't. Oh wait, that's not really happening. Okay, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll get there. It was 15. I'm trying to remember what it was. Do we all remember this? So it was 15 days to stop the 30-day spread, until we flatten the curve, until we get a vaccine. And then once we get a vaccine, we only need 70% of the population vaccinated, until now we come to find out that, that's not gonna work. So what is it now?
Need to be vaccinated first to go back to normal. Like, what is the percentage of total vaccinations that have to be delayed?
Well, I think we get the vast majority, like is going on in some industries and some schools, 97, 98%.
97 or 98%? Where did you come up with that number? 97 to 98%. So now the president of the United States is saying, when asked, hey, listen, when do we get do this? How many Americans need to be vaccinated before we can get back to some sense of normal? And Joe Biden thinks, I'm not a scientist, but according to Joe, the way to get back to normal is 97 to 98%. I mean, is he serious? I'm asking.
Judge, my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
That's not what I'm asking. But anyway, I'm not saying you're crazy, but are you crazy? So that's where we are now, 97 to 98. In other words, we're moving the goalposts again, everybody. And look, it's very simple. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep moving the goalposts. May I remind people of something that's very important. This might be stuff you haven't heard yet. This might be absolutely brand new to you. You do realize that a big portion of the reason why many people have doubts right now is because the survival rate of COVID is over 99%, right? The 99.5%, 99.7%, 99.3%. All studies of the infection fatality rate of COVID have returned results between 0.04% and 0.05%. That's what we're talking about here, right? Did we forget this? That there's been no excess mortality since the vid has come along? This idea that somehow the vid is, people are dropping dead all over the place and we don't have any room in hospitals. And you do realize that as the studies have been done in the 18 plus months since the vid has been around, you do realize that there's been no unusual excess mortality since 1943 if they've done studies. There's graphs all you have to do is Google it. Well, maybe don't Google it because it just depends on where you go because some people might not. Anyway, the fact that the vid and the death counts are artificially inflated. We've known this for a long time. I mean, the numbers that have been out there, and even by the CDC's count, per the CDC, of the 378,000 death certificates listing COVID in 2020, only 20,000 of them listed just COVID, as in no comorbidities. I mean, this is, do we hear this enough? You can't keep moving the goalposts and telling us that we have to mask up and we have to do all of these different things, which, by the way, speaking of masks as well, right on the CDC's website, there's no known study showing masks help to stop the spread of COVID. They say it on their website. It's per their website. Again, it's just a refresher. It's just a reminder. So when you're telling us 97, 98%, when you're telling us that if you're not vaccinated, for example, you can't have a normal life like everybody else, like this has to happen when we know pretty much at this point, and I'm not anti-vax, you make that decision with your doctor based on your health conditions. This is something I trust you to do. And I know you have been doing it, but the facts are that if you look at what the vaccine is, it's a therapy. Just like if you were to take any other therapies, like a monoclonal antibody or ivermectin or any of the other therapies that are out there that I know we're not allowed to talk about. That's pretty much how it acts at this point. I think we've all come to that conclusion. To start moving goalposts again, it's just you can't. It's not going to last. People are just not going to sit around and decide that that's just the way it's going to be. And they're going to push back against this church of COVID, as Tucker Carlson put it last night. And in just a little bit, when we come back, I'm going to play some of that audio. Let's take a break right now, Jay. Yeah, we'll play some of that audio from last night. And you've got to hear what the governor in New York said. Listen, it's all important, even though it's not here in the state, for many reasons. Number one of the biggest reasons is, please, 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 I'm begging you, do not assume that in the state of Florida that Ron DeSantis and Republicans will be running the state forever. Florida is not going to be California. They're not going to rig mail-in ballots so that from now on they will consistently have Democrats winning elections in the state of Florida, just like they do in the state of California. Oh, I know. Did I say that? Oh, yeah. There is a story about how Gavin Newsom did sign off on some pre-COVID mail-in ballot laws that were there. In other words, going against what the state wanted to do. The state wanted to do it, but the law was saying, yeah, you can't really do this. From now on, California will mail every voter a ballot for all future elections. That's right. It is now a bill that has been signed. And even though there have been some challenges in court, and it was actually a suit in one county in a superior court where they lost because of what they were doing was judged to be unconstitutional, the November 2020 election, that the California Emergency Services Act was it didn't grant the governor the power to amend statutory law or make new statutory law. In other words, at the time in 2020, because of COVID, the governor was trying to make everybody believe that everything had to change. Oh, that sounds very familiar. That's almost every state that did that, especially blue states, changing things around because, the vid, we can't have people going to polling places, so we've got to mail to everybody. And people were like, well, you really can't do that because it's kind of unconstitutional because the Emergency Services Act doesn't give you that power. Oh, we're doing it anyway. And they did it anyway. And now they've come together and said, hey, we've got to codify this in law. And that's exactly what they did. So now every single person in the state of California is going to get a mail-in ballot. I don't think that there's going to be any problem there, right? There won't be any shenanigans going on. Yeah, there will be. And I'm just telling you that if you think that, this will never be the case in Florida, we won't have any situation like that. We'll always have a Republican, just like Ron DeSantis in the governor's mansion, as well as people there running the Florida House and Senate. It's just going to be fine forever. We'll always, no, we won't. And that's something that's important to remember. And so when you hear about what they're doing in New York with the Governor Hochul, and some of the things that she's saying, the Church of COVID, as you're going to hear from Tucker Carlson in just a little bit, it does have ramifications that go across the country and could be in a state near you. It's just a possibility. Don't make it seem like it could never happen. All right, let's take a break. 239-479-5592. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond at 7:35. Florida Senator Manny Diaz at 8:05. Lots to discuss today on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Ford is recalling most of its electric Mustang Mach-E SUVs sold in the U.S. because of a manufacturing defect that could allow the windshields to detach in a crash. Meantime, the automaker's betting more on electric vehicles. It plans to spend $7 billion to build 2 battery factories in Kentucky and a third in Tennessee, with a factory to build electric trucks. California's eviction moratorium ends Friday, but officials want tenants to know they don't have to leave their homes if they've applied for assistance from the state. Facebook says it's stopping work on a kids' version of Instagram. Critics said it could be harmful to young people's health. And stocks ended mixed. The Dow rose 71 points. The Nasdaq lost 77. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. AC by Florida Comfort Systems helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today or visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
CBS Originals.
This is Agent Zidane. We have an abduction in progress.
Tonight, justice has no borders.
The guy is in Budapest. We need to figure out how he's connected.
Starting with FBI, then FBI International, followed by FBI Most Wanted.
Everybody down!
These guys were pros.
The FBI's, new tonight, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Tonight starting at 8 on Wink TV.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. Bro, I love this song. Me too. It's the perfect soundtrack for picking out Winn-Dixie's guaranteed fresh produce. So refreshingly fresh. Know what else is music to my ears? What's that, my Winn-loving twin? Opening up my app to see we've earned so many points. That all the groceries in our cart are free. Winn-Dixie has the best quality and winning rewards. I love the sound of that. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Terms apply. See store WinDixie.com for details.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Senate Republicans block a bill to extend federal funding and avoid a partial government shutdown Friday. It would also suspend the nation's debt ceiling through next December.
Without a debt limit suspension, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says his party would be on board.
Republicans are not rooting for a shutdown or a debt limit breach.
But McConnell says Democrats can pass the debt limit suspension on their own. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer calls that irresponsible.
Deliberately sabotaging our country's ability to pay the bills.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The R&B singer R. Kelly's found guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering.
The 54-year-old pleaded not guilty to the charges accusing him of sexually abusing women, girls, and boys for more than 2 decades, including violating the Mann Act, which prohibits crossing people over state lines for prostitution.
Fox's Michelle Polino. Sentencing is scheduled May 4th. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Lehigh Acres. We have a crash right off of Elva Avenue South at 6th Street Southwest. That's in a neighborhood, but you may just notice some flashing lights as crews are working on getting that scene cleared up. No problems across the rest of Lehigh, aside from just a little bit of volume building westbound along 23rd Street Southwest toward Gunnery Road. State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway looking good. No problems out on I-75 up and down throughout the area. US 41 also running up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky. Mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many, with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep with the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
It wasn't that long ago I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Technically, I still had a bed, but because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I was the one having trouble sleeping. The noisy machine, her constant tossing and turning. I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote. Now I'm back in bed with my wife and our 100-pound lab. Good boy.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
After After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I love it. Addie! Look over there! I love you.
I love you. Okay, do you want to know what this is? Okay, I had this conversation with Jake off the air, and listen, I would love for you. I didn't even necessarily want to talk about this, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on it, but I feel like I'm on an island, and I need your help. 239-479-5592. And it's simple. Here it is. That's audio of a 4-year-old girl in West Covina, California, who's a big fan of Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. Such a big fan that her family invited him to her birthday party. She's having a birthday party. She goes outside. There's a guy dressed as Michael Myers from Halloween with the mask and the whole outfit. And she was so excited, she's yelling at him, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then goes running towards him, and he, like, kind of gives her a hug, and she's talking about how much she loves Michael Myers from the Halloween movies. Am I missing something? What am I missing? Why is that cute? Is that like an endearing, cute story that a 4-year-old is in love with and thinks and is a huge fan of Michael Myers from the Halloween movies? Like, are we taking 4-year-olds to watch Halloween, the movie? Well, what am I missing? Seriously, help me. 239-479-5592. Look, I don't want the show to turn into some kind of like morbid kind of. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be like. I don't want to make this depressing or anything, but again, am I wrong? What am I missing here? Jake, help me. You're a millennial. This is like your wheelhouse. You're a big, aren't you into the whole Halloween Michael Myers?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Is it a little weird that a 4-year-old is running towards a Michael Myers dressed guy and screaming, I love you? Isn't that a little weird?
Yeah, probably for a 4-year-old.
Probably for a 4-year-old? Four.
Well, it's like
the amount of years on the earth, the amount of years that this individual has had the opportunity to craft thoughts in their mind, and like 4 years. And they run up to Michael Myers from a Halloween movie and say, I love you. Like, what am I missing? I'm sorry. Okay. We can just leave it there. I don't know. Somebody sent me the audio and said, isn't this cute? No, it's not cute. It's nothing. It just, to me, that doesn't feel cute. Because that would assume then you're allowing them to watch the movie. I can't tell you how many people, again, I'm sorry, this is not where I wanted to go this morning, and I'm not trying to bring people down, and I'm not trying to be down on Halloween, although, it's a personal opinion as to whether or not you celebrate Halloween. It's a whole other thing. I know, it's terrible. I'm ruining for the kids and everything, and I know a lot of kids listen to the show. I'm just asking the question. It's real simple. Is it just me, or have you noticed there are more and more parents who are introducing kids to movies like that at an earlier age? I'm trying to think of how that's helpful for a child to watch a Halloween movie or one of these slash 'em up movies when they're 4 years old. Is the thought process on that if you expose them to this early in their lives, then they won't be afraid of scary movies?
Well,
I mean, does a 4-year-old know the difference between what's a movie and what's reality, and how? I mean, is
maybe not a 4-year-old, but I was sat down by my father at the age of about 6 or 7. I remember we were watching a scary movie, and he told me, "It's all right, kid. It's just Hollywood." I'm like, "What do you mean it's just Hollywood? It's all fake."
Yeah, that's.
I understood that. I don't know about a 4-year-old, but.
All right, so wait a minute. So Matthew's in Fort Myers, and he's telling me that he's got the answer. It's not what I think. So what is it?
I don't know that it's the answer, but there is Michael Myers from Decatur, Illinois, Indiana, that does Michael Myers TikTok nonstop with his family. I have a theory that the 4-year-old's watching that on the mom's phone, and he does fun stuff. He's in an ice cream parlor. He's taking his baby out dressed as Michael Myers.
All right, so what you're saying is she's watching somebody who's dressing up as Michael Myers Halloween and is doing fun stuff, funny stuff, like family things and joking around, and that's the Michael Myers she's in love with, not the movie Michael Myers Slash Him Up. Is that what you're saying? So now we've taken TikTok and made it into and taken characters, changed the meaning of who the character is and what they're doing, and now lightened up the mood to the point where a 4-year-old thinks that this is like a movie star that's doing something that isn't originally from how they were created. Am I following you on?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. That's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, he's literally serving ice cream in one of the videos. He's out on a bicycle ride. He's standing at the bus stop with kids. So
all right, well, here's
the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, Matthew, here's the big question that everybody is asking right now as they're hearing the sound of your voice. Are you ready?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I watch too much TikTok on my free time.
See me after class, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. We gotta talk. He's watching a lot of TikTok. I know a lot of people. The libs of TikTok could be one of the funniest. Yeah. What?
What are you saying right now?
Have you heard of the libs of TikTok? Joe Rogan has talked about it. I'm on Twitter. There's a libs of TikTok Twitter account where they show crazy liberals on TikTok saying some of the stupidest, craziest things, and they put it up there, and it is. I won't watch TikTok, but the libs of TikTok. Let me give you an example. Can I do this? Let me give you an example of some audio from the libs of TikTok. Liberals going nutty on TikTok, and then this. I don't know who it is, but they comb through all of these TikTok sites for the, and it can't be too tough to find, but all these crazy TikTok people, liberals putting out these little videos on TikTok. You know who I'm talking about now?
So it's a Twitter account.
Right. It's a Twitter account called Libs of TikTok. And it's a person on Twitter who combs TikTok to find liberals going nutty.
Because you can't make it up. I looked it up on TikTok, and it was full of people triggered.
Completely triggered by the libs of TikTok. Here's one. There's one guy. Here's one from yesterday. Here you go. You ready? One from yesterday, libs of TikTok. I swear I was not going to go in this direction, but now that we're here. All right, here you go. There's a guy who is at some kind of corporations are bad, liberal women are saying, equal pay, women don't get paid as much as men, and evil corporations, and they're rallying in front of a company. And so this guy walks up to one of the women and asks a very simple question about the company. Like, if women are getting paid less, why don't companies just hire all women?
Companies can pay women less. Yes. Why don't they hire all women? Well, that's a whole nother story. Really? I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry. I'm not angry. I can hear it in your voice. I'm not angry. Your voice. I'm hearing my voice, and I sound pretty calm. You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that. Okay. And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done. And thank you so much.
What is she talking?
So somebody comes up to her and says, well, if women are making less, if they really are getting paid less than men, then why don't companies, listen, it's all about profit. Why don't they just hire all women? Then they would it would pay them less, and then they can make more money because they're evil companies, corporations. Right? And she's like, I don't like your tone of voice. It's like, I'm just asking the question. I don't know.
I'm hearing my voice, and I sound pretty calm. You have now shifted the quality of your voice.
You've shifted the quality of your voice. And that's it. And I don't know. Yeah, libs of TikTok on Twitter is a great account. There's all kinds. You got to go look at it right now. It's just, should pull one. I would pull one a day. That's how good the content is. There's something up there all the time. It's all about culture and cancel culture, and there's a lot of that. I don't know. All right. So the key here is that don't have your 4-year-old watching slash 'em up movies, unless it's TikTok where they're taking the slash 'em up person and making them into a gentle, kind person buying
Who
ice
treats
cream.
you with ice cream?
Like nothing says the culture is dead than somebody on TikTok who takes a slash 'em up movie character and then makes them loving by giving kids ice cream or going to ice cream shops dressed as. And 239-479-5592. I don't know. All I know is this. We've got other issues that we have to talk about coming up this morning, including how this just popped up. I don't know if you heard about Florida and the state of Florida and Ron DeSantis here in the state, who is signing a law here to regulate censorship of big tech social media platforms, saying, listen, you're going to be fined. Remember this came out? What was it? Senate Bill 7072 that allows Floridians to take legal action against big tech platforms if they censor a user's content without consistent standards. So you can't just decide that you're going to keep a politician off of social media because you don't like their views, but others get the opportunity to be on the site. Here in the state, this bill prevents big tech from banning Floridian political candidates. Social media companies that deplatform candidates for statewide office will be fined $250,000 a day. That's $25,000 a day when also $25,000 a day when deplatforming candidates for other offices. And the big tech companies that violate the law can be brought to trial for monetary damage. And there are now 10 states filing an amicus brief with the 11th Court of Appeals in support of Florida's law that attempts to do this. And, Texas Attorney General Ken Patton, along with Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, South Carolina, all have filed briefs along with Florida. And they see what we're doing here. Again, leadership. There are some people that don't like that we would go after social media because, First Amendment, free speech. That's what the case against one judge, Robert Hinkle, in June granted a temporary injunction preventing the governor from implementing the law because some of the trade groups filed a lawsuit and this is a First Amendment, right? This is freedom of speech. How could you do this? The coalition says it veered off course from the outset by concluding that this Senate bill regulates speech when the law instead regulates conduct that is unprotected by the First Amendment. Social media platforms' arbitrary application of their content moderation policies, that's the problem there. And, I bring this up because maybe this is something we'll speak to Florida Senator Manny Diaz coming up at 8:05. But again, leadership in the state, getting ahead of the issues that we see. And then the other kind of little secret here is that seems to be an approach that more and more states are looking at, where you can say the citizens will be able to sue, the citizens will be able to go to trial. Citizens can go after, let's say, in Texas, how the life-saving laws of Texas, the non-killing of baby laws in Texas that are taking place right now that has those that don't have a problem with the killing of babies, those that believe in abortion, that are freaking out because individuals can sue people who perform these abortions. And that's where people are getting upset now that we're going to have vigilantes. People go, well, what are you doing? Are you breaking the law? What's going on here? And this is one of those situations where, it's vigilantes going after First Amendment rights. And no. You all know what big tech's doing. Every single one of you know what's going on. And taking this approach, listen, we don't want it to be this way, but You've got to be honest with what is happening. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. When we come back, yes, I will play that audio last night from Tucker Carlson in case you missed it, the Church of COVID. Unbelievable what the New York governor said yesterday. We've got to play that out and really make that case that, you know, when do we get away from all of this? When does this COVID madness stop? Especially after everything that we know right now, when does this end? You can't keep moving the goalposts on the world. It's not just the United States. It's everybody sees what's going on in Australia, what's happening there, people being arrested from being able to go to church. I mean, some of the things that are going on are outrageous. And we'll talk about that coming up. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Here, we're 92.5 Fox News, and we've been right all along.
Water, water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
I received a call the other day from a woman. Her husband tragically was unable to call himself, but he had told her, if anything ever happens to me, call Morgan & Morgan. And what higher honor could we receive than protecting someone's family after they're gone? Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
If you think vaccines alone will protect you from COVID-19, think again. More breakthrough cases of COVID variants show that vaccinated people are still vulnerable to the deadly disease. To be safe, monitor regularly for fever, as it's the leading sign of COVID-19. Use Exergen, the only thermometer scientifically proven to detect fever, and beware of non-contact devices that miss 5 out of 6 fevers. Remember, vaccines are not enough, so protect yourself and your family with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Learn more at Exergen.com.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of Brada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
CBS Originals.
This is Agent Sedan. We have an abduction in progress.
Tonight, justice has no borders.
The guy is in Budapest. We need to figure out how he's connected.
Starting with FBI, then FBI International, followed by FBI Most Wanted.
Everybody down!
These guys were pros.
The FBI's, new tonight, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS. Tonight starting at 8 on Wink TV.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. AC by Florida Comfort Systems helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today or visit us online at acbyfcs.com. License number CAC 057065.
100% organic food and thoughts.
We live in a fast-paced, fast food world. Meanwhile, people have gotten sicker. We've lost our connection to the earth, to our food, and where it comes from. Food and Thought in Naples is an oasis where people can reconnect to their food and where it comes from. It's not just a grocery store, it's a lifestyle.
100% organic food and thought.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples. Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
The government shutdown could happen Friday. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The best case under this awful situation is that our country would fall into another recession.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer as a funding bill stalls in the Senate.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell says his party is not rooting for a shutdown or debt limit breach.
We've given the United Democratic government total clarity about how each can be avoided.
Republicans say they will support a spending bill without a debt limit provision. Schumer says the Senate will take action before a Thursday night government shutdown.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the Capitol. In the House, Democrats are still trying to iron out that $3.5 trillion spending plan. Progressives like Congresswoman Ilhan Omar demand a vote on first before Thursday's planned vote on a bipartisan infrastructure bill. But some Democrats say it's too costly.
It is saddening to see them use Republican talking points. We obviously didn't envision having Republicans as part of our party.
The head of Homeland Security now says they let 13,000 Haitian migrants into the U.S. from that camp in Del Rio, Texas. And amid a COVID surge, Alejandro Mayorkas told a Georgetown Law Forum the migrants have
a rate of illness of approximately 20%.
The deadline's passed for healthcare and nursing home workers in New York to get a COVID vaccine. Those who didn't get the shots can lose their jobs. So Governor Kathy Hochul issued an executive order to deal with staff shortages.
And it suspends administrative reviews in order to add additional sources of healthcare workers, including people from out of state, out of country, and retirees.
Fox's Gary Baumgarten. What happened in Afghanistan is a big issue in Washington today.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs General Mark Milley is bracing for a firestorm on Capitol Hill this morning. He'll be joined by Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and CENTCOM Commander General Frank McKenzie to testify before the Senate Armed Services Committee. It's the first time military officials will appear before Congress since President Biden pulled all U.S. troops out of Afghanistan.
That's Brooke Sigmund. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash backing up westbound State Road 82 at Shoemaker Boulevard in Fort Myers because of some stop-and-go delays coming all the way from Michigan Link towards Shoemaker with a crash there. A right-hand lane is blocked off. We also have a minor crash in Lehigh at Lee Boulevard and Gunnery Road causing some slowdowns at the intersection, but no injuries, no roadblock reported there. That trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky. Mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is, until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. You can watch there and subscribe to the podcast. 7:35. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond will join us. A lot to talk about here locally, what's going on in the county. And then at 8:05, State Senator Matty Diaz will join us. We'll talk a little bit about education in the state. I got a lot of questions with regard to, well, as you can imagine, CRTs in schools and maybe what getting rid of the state standards now looks like on the other side. I got a lot of questions about that, and I'm sure you do as well. So that's coming up. Let's see. R. Kelly convicted. 239-479-55. I'm sorry. I know. I'm just shocked. Maybe I'm not shocked and surprised to find out that as we walk into the hallways, and you're in the newsroom and there's like a gajillion different TVs and everybody watching all the talking head programs. The most important story of the morning, as they call the A block, the right out of the gate, this is the biggest story to them, is the conviction of R. Kelly and racketeering and sex trafficking. That, I mean, it's a big story. I mean, granted, what the guy did and was accused of doing, all counts. After decades of accusations of abuse and all the things with R. Kelly, the singer, and a lot of people maybe don't even know who R. Kelly is. And in his day, in the 90s, one of the biggest singers in the world. I Believe I Can Fly from what was that movie?
Space Jam.
Space Jam. One of the biggest songs of the decade.
Probably all time was.
Not all time, but close to it. I mean, it was a huge song. The point is, yeah. And you even found some very weird audio.
Well, yeah, it's like he wasn't even trying to hide it.
Was this recently? It had to be.
I don't know.
But it had to be because of what he's described. I don't want to get too far into it. It's just that Jake found this audio and he was like, even recently, it seems like this guy was pretty open and blatant and just kind of singing about things that were odd. Is it? Do you want to play a little bit of it?
Play a little bit.
I mean, just get to that point because I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
Okay, so wait, now stop. He's in Ethiopia. He's doing a concert in Ethiopia, and he's on stage singing, do you have your passport? Do you have your shots? Do you want to come back to America with Rob? Is that...
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's just singing about, could be anybody that he's singing to. Maybe you're reading something into anyway, whatever. The point is some people found that to be odd. That
a little weird.
I don't. All right, moving on. The thing that I find odd and weird and strange as I've been talking to people about this, does anybody think that John Hinckley Jr., the man who shot President Ronald Reagan, should have obtained an unconditional release? I mean, I guess you think to yourself, is there anything at all in life that you could look at and say, yeah, if you were to do that, I'm not sure you're going to be able to walk the streets again. That might be a tough one for me. And for those that don't know about Robert Hinckley Jr., and Jake is one of them, 25 years old, he shoots and wounds President Reagan outside of the Hilton Hotel in D.C., also wounded another Secret Service agent and Press Secretary James Brady, shot in the head. Years later, as a matter of fact, when he died, James Brady died, I believe that, am I right about this? I want to say that when he died, there were murder charges against, they immediately, once that happened, there were murder charges against Hinckley because they couldn't do it up to that point. There was legal wrangling back and forth as to whether or not he would be charged with his murder. The U.S. District Court decided, the U.S. Attorney for D.C. decided against it. So once James Brady passed and the Virginia medical examiner ruled his death to be a homicide, and the U.S. Attorney in D.C. said, yeah, no. And if you remember back when, he tried to commit suicide not once, not twice, I think 3 different times. If you remember back, he was trying to impress Jodie Foster because of the character she played in Taxi Driver. And it was, if you know the theme of the movie Taxi Driver, and Jake has no idea what I'm talking about.
No idea.
So there was a movie called Taxi Driver, considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time. In the film history, top 10 movies. Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster. It's about a character who so Jodie Foster was playing a child prostitute in the movie in Taxi Driver, and the main character tries to assassinate a U.S. Senator. And so I guess Hinckley thought that his way to get to her, Jodie Foster, was to do the same. And that was what people said about why he did this. Tried to kill after being caught, and tried to kill himself a couple of different times. Since 2015, I guess he was spending unsupervised time with his mother. She was in bad ill health. They wanted to make petitions for him to be released, to be able to spend full time with his mother, and I guess that's what happened in 2016. So from 2016 to 2020, he's on full-time convalescent leave from the hospital to live with his mother, the hospital being St. Elizabeth's. He had to carry like a cell phone, a GPS cell phone, to be tracked by Secret Service. And then I guess she passed, and now the courts are saying, yeah, unconditional release. And many people are saying things like, well, like who's gonna watch him now? Like, are we trust, or is there? And yeah, people, there's no reason to watch. There's no reason to keep an eye on him. You know, some people said that the being with his mother was an opportunity for him to get out, but to still be around people, surrounded by people who are keeping an eye on his mental stability and making sure that everything is okay. If nobody's around, if he doesn't have family, then does that change? Then who is going to be watching him? Who through all of this now is going to keep an eye on him in the state of his mental well-being, his soul, if you will, and questions as to why this should be happening. I mean, people are puzzled and not happy, and so there's that. 239-479-5592. Maybe your thoughts on that. Also, there are people that are puzzled, that are frustrated, that are quite upset about the Church of COVID. The Church of COVID, with COVID as we see it, especially considering what has taken place with regard to some of the comments made by the governor of the state of New York right now, Governor Hochul, and this religious fervor that is being discussed. Oh, by the way, you're not allowed to have religious exemptions because some people say you're not supposed to have it. You know, there are church people, I guess leaders in churches that say there's no religious exemption to be had. Oh, okay, so I know I guess the leaders are the end-all, be-all. They're the ones that say it, and that's just the way it is. I got questions about that. And so Tucker Carlson had questions as well, that this Church of COVID, that I'm going to play some audio from the program last night in case you missed it. It is something to talk about, especially considering some of the things that we are hearing about. The idea that masking is never going to go away. No, I'm serious. Like, when is masking going to go away? It's when the CDC decides that, even though they don't have the evidence that masking works right now, and on the CDC site they even say as much, that when Shep Smith on CNBC was asking the CDC director about masking.
Are masks with us for a long, long time, years, forever?
Well, you know, I think the really important thing to emphasize here is the best way you can protect people with underlying conditions, immunosuppression, and people who are unable to get vaccinated is to get vaccines yourself, to surround them by people who are vaccinated, which puts them at much lower risk of disease. What we do know right now from the Delta variant is for people who have had 2 doses of the vaccine.
This is getting to be a really, really long answer.
They still need to wear their masks in the rare case that they might be a breakthrough infection. We absolutely are having studies that are starting now so that we can assess if after your booster shot, if you were to get a breakthrough infection, whether you can still transmit. Our hope is no, and we'll absolutely be doing those studies.
All right, here's the point.
Once we have those studies, I do hope that with disease transmission coming down, community transmission coming down, we will one day be able to get rid of those masks.
One day we'll be able to, everybody. One day we'll be able to get rid of the masks. How about in Canada? In Canada, where they're telling people that if you don't show up to get a check to see whether or not you have COVID, but you're sick in your home, we're going to consider that COVID. Oh, no, I'm not kidding.
If individuals choose to not get tested for COVID but are home with an illness, they're now counted in the list as being part of that outbreak. And so it's less dependent on needing a test to be a part of identifying where there is an issue.
Wait a minute. So if you're not feeling well and you're at home and you don't get a COVID test, we're just going to continue. We're going to consider you part of that group. So we're going to say you're a COVID positive, even though we don't know whether or not you're COVID positive. I'm not saying that there is something strange there, but there's really something strange in all of that. And as we know that the president yesterday moving the goalpost 97 and 98%, that's where we have to be in order to get back to normal. Really? With vaccinations, that's where we have to be now? And New York Governor Hochul. Hey, which, by the way, wait a minute. How are we doing with the investigation and the possible punishment and arrest of the former governor of the state of New York, considering that he violated federal and state laws, sexually harassing multiple women? How are we doing with that? Those charges? Are we doing well?
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Oh, no, that's gone. No, we're not even paying attention to that. No, because he's a part of the elite and the special and a Democrat. And so those things just go away. All you have to do is just leave, and we won't even look into that because it's like it never happened. But anyway, in case you missed it yesterday, the governor of the state of New York, Hochul, the new governor, wanted to let everybody know that not only do you need to be vaccinated if you're going to be a healthcare worker, right now as we speak, and they're bringing in the National Guard to fill the space of those who decided that they don't want to get vaccinated in the healthcare field, and healthcare workers who are fired now over the vaccine mandate. Oh, you're not even going to get unemployment insurance. Sorry. Yeah, you should have listened. You can't have good things in life unless you do what we tell you to do. You got to get the jab. And now we find out that even religious exemptions, I know people. You can't have a religious exemption.
My default position is to ask people, please do this. This is why. It's been proven to be safe. The vaccine's been out there a long time now. There are not legitimate religious exemptions because the leaders of all the organized religions have said there's no legitimate reason, and we're going to win that in court in a matter of days.
Oh, okay. So, hey, listen, all the leaders of the organized religions all said that, no, there's no religious exemption. Sorry, you can't personally have that because we're telling you can't. So, I'm sorry, and we're going to take it to court and make sure that, it even holds up in court. I didn't know you could do that kind of thing. Really? The leaders of the organized religions get to tell us our religious beliefs and exemptions and what they are. How does that work? I know.
And so this is so unnecessary. And I just want to appeal to the individuals to know that, your coworkers want you to do this.
Listen, your coworkers want you to do it. The leaders of the organized religions want you to do this. You got to do this. And then she steps into a church over the weekend. Did you hear this? She stepped into a church. I'm trying to think of which church she was in. Does it matter? She's in a house of worship. And she steps up to a microphone to speak to a congregation. This is the governor of the state of New York, Hochul. And listen to what she says.
I prayed a lot to God during this time. And you know what? God did answer our prayers. He made the smartest men and women, the scientists, the doctors, the researchers. He made them come up with a vaccine. That is from God to us. And we must say, thank you, God. Thank you. And I wear my vaccinated necklace all the time to say, I'm vaccinated. All of you. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But there's people out there who aren't listening to God.
What? Wait, let it go on. Let it go on.
What God wants. You know this.
Wait. I got to play that again.
All of you. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are. I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out and talk about it and say, we owe this to each other. We love each other.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Yes, that is the governor of the state of New York. She needs apostles, everybody, to go out there and preach it. As Tucker Carlson was talking about it last night, the church of COVID. You've got to be kidding me. God put people on this planet to create this vaccine, and you know that it's God's vaccine, and boy, some of you are just not taking it, and you're not listening to God. Hey, by the way, Governor Hochul, how you doing with the killing of babies thing? You know, abortion, the killing of babies. How you doing there? Are you in a house of worship right now, in a church? And you a big pro-choice person? You know, pro-choice, the choice to kill a child. Are you big on the pro-choice killing of babies thing? And how's that working out with? Have you had a conversation with God about that? I'm just asking. I mean, maybe there's leaders of organized religions that all go, don't you worry about it. You're a politician. You can, yeah, it's really politically, things have changed. It's just asking. You know, Tucker making some very important points last night about faith in this country and where we are and where we were.
Not so long ago, this was an enthusiastically Christian country. As recently as 2009, 77% of Americans told pollsters they consider themselves to be believing Christians. Then in just 10 years, over the course of the Obama administration, that number dropped by 12 points. Over the same period, the number of atheists and self-identified non-religious people in America jumped dramatically. And that was before COVID. Politicians used the pandemic across the country to close thousands of churches and throw Christians in prison for practicing their faith.
Yeah, hey, did she bring that up at all, you know, during COVID, how people weren't allowed to assemble and go to their place of worship, to go to church, and they were being arrested for that? Hey, did you talk about that while you were there on the pulpit? Preaching the church of COVID? As Tucker was talking about last night? Listen, at least it hasn't gone to, like, kind of really, like, idolatry or anything like that. I mean, it's not like you're making symbolism and idolatry out of things that have to do with...
Now, for those still making the tough transition from a traditional Western religion, a religion about God, to this new religion, which is not about God, it's really about you, and only you, and more of you, and you, you can pick up this masked nativity scene online. It looks conventional, but look closely. It features Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus, all with their faces covered, as they should be, even in a manger. They're masked, just like you are. In this religion of narcissism, the holiest figures look exactly like you do. That's the point. We'll reach back 2,000 years and change the appearance of historical figures to look exactly like the people in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. That's what this religion's.
That's what it is. It's pretty sick and twisted the way people are describing things these days to get what they want when it comes to, as Tucker Carlson mentioned, this church of COVID. To get people to conform. What they're willing to do if you don't. What they're willing to take away from you. It's something you have to recognize, see what is happening, and understand why they're doing this. And it's just wrong. 239-479-5592. Hey, coming up, we're going to have a conversation with Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond. There's a lot going on here locally in the county, so we're going to get to the latest there. Plus, at 8:05, we have scheduled Florida Senator Manny Diaz to join us, and we will talk about, among other things, education in the state, maybe even with testing. You know, if we're getting rid of the standards, testing standards, what are we looking at now ahead of this? What the standards look like? Maybe even CRT in schools, civics. We'll get to all of this coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
They helped weave the fabric of our very existence and served our country with distinction. They are America's veterans. We honor their commitment, their service, and their patriotism.
Harvey Engelhardt offers the chance to honor those military heroes who have served honorably and passed away with the military funeral and interment at any national cemetery, including Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. We'll see you through from the beginning to the end of a military funeral. Did you know that all veterans are entitled to a free space at a national cemetery? That includes a free grave liner, free marker, free preparation and closing of the grave. This can represent thousands of dollars in savings to the spouse or family of a veteran. The service will include the burial flag and honor guard, and in some cases, transportation reimbursement. RV Englehart can help you pre-plan now to ensure that your wishes are met and your family doesn't have to worry about the expenses and details when the time comes. Call us at 239-936-2177. We're here to help.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let me tell you how terrible my eyesight was before I had the LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team here in Southwest Florida. I'd basically have to hold my phone or a book about 3 inches from my face just to be able to read it. Forget about seeing the alarm clock when I woke up in the morning. My eyesight was terrible. The LASIK procedure is amazing, and it will change your life. Here's the deal. Dr. Franz and his team are the first to bring the SMILE procedure to Southwest Florida. This is the latest technology in laser vision correction. The results are a lot like LASIK, but with a smaller incision and no flap, and that means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. The LASIK procedure is amazing. It changed my life. Let it change yours. Find out if you qualify by dialing ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Again, call Dr. France and his team. Just dial * 2020 from your mobile phone.
Friends, I care.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. You might have seen our matte gray trucks with blue and white lettering on the road. Just know that in every truck you see, there's a certified technician who is trained to repair your system, not just sell you a system. As always, you can chat with us online at getpureair.com. Also, please join me every Saturday at 11:30 for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right,
I'm
all
Chris Foster.
along.
A partial government shutdown could start Friday with Senate Republicans blocking a bill to extend federal funding because it also suspends the nation's debt ceiling through next December.
We will not provide Republican votes for raising the debt limit.
They will be on record deliberately sabotaging our country's ability to pay the bills and likely causing the first ever default in American history.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. A federal court rules in favor of a coronavirus vaccine mandate for school staff in New York City. Fox's David Lee Miller.
A 3-judge panel of the Second U.S. Court of Appeals lifted a temporary injunction that previously prevented New York City from putting into effect a vaccine mandate. New York's teachers union issued a statement that said, in part, the city has a lot of work before it to ensure that enough vaccinated staff will be available by the new deadline.
That's 5 p.m. Friday to get the first shot. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Heads up out on I-75 southbound. We have a crash blocking all southbound lanes right now near the Collier-Lee County line at mile marker 113, right between the Bonita Beach Road and Immokalee Road exits. Avoid I-75 by taking either Imperial Parkway, which turns into Livingston Road, west of I-75, or Logan Boulevard off of Bonita Beach Road down toward Immokalee Road, which is just east of the interstate. Also dealing with a crash backing up westbound traffic on State Road 82, MLK Jr. Boulevard near Shoemaker Boulevard in Fort Myers. A right-hand lane still blocked off there. We also have a crash in Lehigh at Lee Boulevard and Collin Avenue North, and another at Milwaukee Boulevard and Bell Boulevard South. One more Lehigh crash on East 10th Street. Watch out for delays also at Lee Boulevard and Gunnery Road from a crash getting cleared up there from earlier this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky, mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Constant repairs, higher energy bills, and lower air quality can all result from an HVAC system needing an upgrade. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, we have several options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR to schedule your AC consultation.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Yeah.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative Treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The CEO of Pfizer said that he believes that life will return to normal within a year. That's right. That's right. By this time next year, Americans can go back to normal activities like storming Area 51 and eating Tide Pods.
All right. Nobody's going to be eating Tide Pods, okay? Those days are over, right? No Tide Pod eating. I hope that's the case. All right, anyway. 239-479-55.
Yeah, I lost Drew. I don't hear him.
Oh, wait. All right. There he is. Hold on a second. Oh, all right. I was going to let you know, everybody, that Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is joining us this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And then he just said, hey, I lost him, and now he's back. So now you hear me now. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Okay, just a little technical snafu. And I don't even know where the word snafu came from. Where did that, who made that word? That's a fun, snafu is a fun word.
Yeah, it's an ancient word from, no, I really don't know. I was
Okay.
gonna make something up, but.
That was good.
Yeah.
It almost sounded like you were going someplace that I was getting ready to say, wow, it's one of the many things, many talents that people don't know about Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond. All right. So, hey, a lot to talk about. You know, we half joked about the CEO of Pfizer and getting back to normal and what is normal. And, hey, you got to, anyway, the fact is that we want to see numbers, data, science. We want to know what's going on in our community in Lee County. And one of the things that you have going on, by the way, for those that don't know, is a really great Facebook page that talks about hospitalizations and issues that we're having here with regard to the vid, and keeping an eye on those numbers. And maybe before we get into some of the things that we're going to talk about, like budgets and taxes and borders and the like, how about the numbers? What are the latest? What do you have?
Yeah, well, like everybody else, I've gotten addicted to watching the data over the last year and a half, because we've got to make decisions even locally based on what the data is telling us. And I did a little then versus now on my Commissioner Brian Hammond Facebook page this last weekend. On August 28th, that week, we saw about 7,700 weekly COVID cases. Last week, which would be September 25th, we saw about 2,300. So that's a 70% reduction over the last month in weekly COVID cases. In fact, the number of patients hospitalized in Lee Health actually mirrors that. There was a 68% reduction in the number of patients hospitalized at Lee Health, too, over the last month. So we're really on the downward side of this recent surge in COVID here locally.
Yeah, and I wonder, and I guess this is just me talking here, but I would like to know, as far as therapies are concerned, and maybe the monoclonal antibody sites that the governor set up here locally and across the state, I wonder how much of an effect that had. Not only that, but also the seasonal effects that appear to be the case with the vid, just like other viruses, just like the cold flu and and things like that, where we would have seasonal impacts. People were always concerned, Commissioner, that the seasonal aspects of this were just going to be like every place else, like or every other flu season where we're indoors and that's where the problem is going to be. But it's been different in different locations. In the state of Florida, it's been different than it is in the Northeast, for example, right?
Yeah, and one thing I really appreciate too, Dr. Larry Antonucci, the CEO of Lee Health, has been there with Governor DeSantis when we opened the monoclonal antibody clinic in Bonita Springs. He was a big supporter of it then. He also recently joined Governor DeSantis at a press conference to kind of give a status update. And again, was very supportive of this idea that these monoclonals are helping to keep people out of the hospital, which helps his system, because they were at a point where they were overburdened by this. So, I appreciate that. And when you look at up north, yeah, it's interesting to see, man, some of the states that are the most vaccinated now are starting to see their cases trend up. I'm nervous about that from the media narrative, Drew. When you think about it, if it starts hitting these big markets like New York City and Chicago, where the major media is located, man, think about the national narrative they're going to create.
Yep.
It won't just be picking on Florida anymore.
No, I know. And that's what many people have been talking about and are concerned about, and I am as well. But here's the thing. If we know it ahead of time, it's like anything else. If we see it coming, then we are armed and ready when those that start to put out a narrative about the vid in different locations and ramping things up. And now we have to completely fundamentally change. No. We knew this was coming, so we can be ahead of it. And that's where that's important. Hey, let's talk about this. Some of the things that are going on with, obviously, the president and, inflation and the cost of just everyday life lately, and, these increases that it looks like we're going to keep seeing, and goods and services. It's an absolute mess when it comes to inflation. And then even the rising home values, and we have that issue here, and people are saying, well, what about that and higher property taxes? I mean, is that what we're going to be looking at? But I want to know from you, because I'm sure you've discussed that recently, specifically about these higher price homes. So does that mean people are going to start paying more on their property taxes? Is that what's coming? What are we doing about that?
No, we're not going to be paying more on property taxes. Commissioners, just like you, Drew, have noticed the same exact thing. It's the prices are going up at the pump, at the grocery store. Everywhere you look, Biden's policies are leading to higher prices, and it's really taking a toll on our residents. And so, as commissioners, when we got together and started putting this year's budget together and our tax rate, we looked at it and we said, how can we give people a break from all of these increases that are coming from the left? Yeah. And so commissioners actually voted for the biggest tax rate cut in years at our budget hearing last week. Our goal was to set the rate low enough to completely offset the increase in home values and collect the same dollars from you this year as we did last year. They call that the rollback rate.
Huh. So it's funny that you just say that, because it's like I hear what you all are doing as commissioners and being able to do this, and everybody else, on the federal side, it's always like, no, we can't do this. It's impossible. There's no way. It's like, well, hold on a second. It's interesting how local politics work and how important it is to keep an eye on things that are going on locally and how tangibly this affects you. And how high did they go? I mean, how high did values increase this year?
Well, about 8%. Realistically, the market value probably went up even higher if you've been kind of watching your own home value on Zillow or whatever.
Yeah.
But your local property appraiser is actually charged with setting the property values as of January 1st. So the value of your home January 1st, 2021 is the value that we used, or that he uses to set the tax rate. So this price surge that we've seen go on throughout the year actually isn't calculated into that. We're going to have to watch as we get to January 1st, 2022, because those new bigger prices will be priced into that as well.
Yeah.
And commissioners will look to try to really offset that increase again for you. It's as a person, as a homeowner, it's great to see your property value go up, because that's one of the biggest components of your net worth as a person. But certainly you don't want to pay more taxes because of it.
Right. And, on the other side of that, as I was just talking about, by the way, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And as I was kind of joking and making light of what the federal government does, and the kind of tax and spend, and raising taxes and spending, and out of control debts and deficits, we see that on a federal level. But it does speak volumes, I would imagine, to how you've been able to be good stewards of the taxpayer dollars here in town, because clearly you wouldn't be able to do the things you're doing. If you're talking about cutting taxes, you couldn't do that if you didn't have a good situation financially here locally. I'm assuming that that's the case. Even after everything that has happened with the pandemic and the like, it appears as if everything has been good on that side of the ledger.
Yeah, Lee County's in good shape financially. We've heard about some of the left-leaning cities running out of money, begging for bailouts from the federal government. In fact, Pelosi and Biden actually changed the formula that they used to dole out some of the American Rescue Plan COVID relief dollars to give more credit and more money to states that had higher unemployment. Well, it just so happens that those were the Democrat-run states who had some of the strictest lockdowns, and they basically created their higher unemployment.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden loves to punish Florida. I mean, he just really does. He recently, as you saw, cut our monoclonal antibody shipments because they were working.
Yeah.
He also punished Florida with this new formula because we were open and people kept our jobs and they got their jobs back very quickly because we reopened very quickly. But I'll tell you what, here at home, we're in great shape. Even after cutting taxes, we have money left over to put away for future emergencies. We had what's called a surplus. And we're also going to use some of that money to build some projects that'll enhance the quality of life for our residents.
Yeah, like you want to talk maybe a little bit about that, how you plan on spending our money? Maybe, I hate to be so blunt about it, but how are you going to be doing that, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond? How are you going to be spending our money coming up?
It is your money, yeah, and we want to spend it very wisely. We're going to fund the county's police force, the Lee County Sheriff's Office. So we're funding the police. Sheriff Marcino made a great case for increasing the salaries for our deputies, and commissioners agreed with him. It's a thankless job out there. And many deputies have left over the last few years for higher paying departments. So this increase helped us not only thank and reward the hardworking men and women who are out there trying to keep us safe, but it also helps us keep the people who we train locally local, as opposed to losing them to other areas. As you can imagine, also with COVID, we have seen an increasing number of calls for our ambulance service. So we're looking to increase the number of ambulance crews. Lee County's growing so fast on top of the COVID pandemic. We're just growing fast. And so we need to keep up with that growing population. So again, we're working to expand that, buying more ambulances and hiring more paramedics and EMTs. And then finally, speaking of growth, we are planning to spend $112 million on transportation projects throughout the county next year. Some of those big ones are like the Corkscrew Road widening, the Three Oaks Parkway extension, and we're going to widen Ortez between MLK and Colonial.
Yeah, when's Colonial going to be done? I see all the digging and the moving and all that happening. What do we have an estimated time, like when we're going to be there?
Usually once construction starts, these projects get done within 18 months. I think they put that 18-month time frame on there because of rain and weather delays and things like that. Typically, they'll get done a little faster than that. There's a lot of moving parts at that Colonial intersection, though. You've got our project, and FDOT's got a couple different projects. So it's going to be some temporary pain, but when it's done, I really think it's going to be better for the drivers.
Yeah, and by the way, the Three Oaks Parkway extension, what are we, from where to where? Where will it be going?
So Three Oaks Parkway actually ends at Alico Road right now. We're going to try and continue it all the way up to Daniels. This will provide a parallel roadway to I-75, so that if there's a big wreck somewhere in between Daniels and Alico, you can hop off onto this Three Oaks Parkway and continue on your journey while they clean up the interstate. So that's one of those things that we're looking to do to help ease the traffic as we grow bigger.
Sure, and if you're anywhere near that area, if you've been watching all the growth that's been happening even on the side of I-75, right? There's a lot going on in the airport area, and so there's certainly looks like there's opportunities to clean up what would be some of the congestion that not only we've seen, but I'm sure would be coming if we didn't otherwise. So that is important.
Sorry to cut you off, but what a fantastic area and what a great story that is too. Those are jobs. I mean, that is our last remaining big industrial park that we have in the county. And as that thing starts to fill out, those will really be good paying jobs for folks here in Lee County.
Yeah. All right, as you know, it is Drew's College of Political Knowledge coming up, so we got to run. So, and I know you'll be staying home and playing the home version of Drew's College, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, and I always appreciate you joining us. And hey, why don't we try to do this again next week? We can catch up on some other issues if that's okay with you.
Let's do it. Thanks, Drew.
All right, we'll see you. All right, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Let's get this done right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you would like to play right now, we'd love to have you. Impress your kids. Impress your friends and family. Impress yourself. Or just play. It's just fun. You don't have to impress anybody. Don't be that kind of person. Just play. Have some fun with us. 5th caller right now at 239-479-5592. If you'd like to play, Drew's College up next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here is Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Heading out through I-75 southbound, major backups because of a crash blocking 2 lanes southbound on the interstate at mile marker 114, right at the Lee-Collier County line. Heading south from Bonita Springs into Naples, you'll need to take either US 41 or 3 Oaks Parkway, which turns into Imperial Parkway in Bonita, and then Livingston Road once you get into Collier County. You could also take Logan Boulevard if you're coming from east of 75 from Bonita Beach Road through Immokalee Road. But that crash causing major backups on the interstate, so you want to avoid that south of Corkscrew Road right now. We also have a crash with injuries and roadblock along State Road 29 at Helms Road in LaBelle, causing delays south of the center of LaBelle. Heading along 75, also mile marker 128 northbound. We have debris in the left and middle lanes heading through the Alico Road exit. In Lehigh Acres, a crash at Collin Avenue and Lee Boulevard with some roadblock in an outside lane, causing some slowdowns nearby. And in Collier County, a crash at Immokalee Road and Esplanade Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day ahead with less humid and dry conditions. Look out for a mostly sunny sky. Still warm for the afternoon as temperatures hit near about 90 degrees. We cool things down to near 69 for your Wednesday morning. Cooler start to another warm but dry day and a partly cloudy sky for tomorrow and another high near 90. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list, and in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. I've been to Dr. France and his team for a LASIK procedure. Family members have been there for cataract surgery, and no one can perform a better procedure than Dr. France and his team anywhere in Southwest Florida. They know how important it is to not only clear the blurry view caused by cataracts, but to provide patients with solutions tailored to meet their individual needs. And because no two eyes are alike, Dr. France and his team will determine the best lens technology for you and your eyes to make sure you have the best results. Maybe you need clear vision at near, far, and in-between distances, or an extended depth of focus solution for driving at night. Whatever it is, you trust your eyes with France Eye Care. Experience matters. The latest technology matters. Call France Eye Care today. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone or call 239-418-0999.
France Eye Care.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Blaine. Blaine is in Naples. Hello there, Blaine.
Hey, Drew, how you doing this morning?
I'm good, buddy. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, do you know who won the GOP nomination for president of these United States in the year 2016?
Donald Trump.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's, a bachelor's degree on this question. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution are called?
Bill of Rights.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Let's see. In 1804, the former vice president, Aaron Burr, fatally wounded this individual in a duel, and that person would die the next day. Do you know who Aaron Burr shot?
Was it Jackson?
No, it was Alexander Hamilton. All right, well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. In 2002, this president proposed adding a new cabinet department, the Department of Homeland Security. In 2002, who did that?
George W. Bush.
That is correct, sir. Look at you, Blaine, right to the point. You're not messing around. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. You are certainly the smartest person on your phone, and you should be proud of it.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me on. It was fun. We've been to your show all the time.
Well, I appreciate you listening, and I appreciate you playing. And back at you anytime. We'll do it again tomorrow, same time. So get ready for that Drew's College tomorrow. On Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Coming up, we'll have a conversation scheduled with Florida Senator Manny Diaz. We'll talk a little bit of education coming up. And we'll get into, once again, some of the things that are happening, skipping through the news headlines, including the latest on vaccinations, the latest on the goalposts being moved by the President of the United States, getting back to normal. When does that happen?
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 10/3/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 southbound backed up all the way from Fort Myers into Collier County right now because of a crash near the Collier-Lee County line at mile marker 114. All lanes are now open. Everything from that crash is off to the left-hand shoulder near the median. However, traffic is still filtering through and very slow, even getting off to exit 123 to Corkscrew Road, seeing a lot of delays from that southbound exit ramp. We also have a crash on Immokalee Road westbound, blocking a left lane and a turn lane right near the Esplanade, and that's at Esplanade Boulevard. So watch out for slowdowns westbound, especially going past Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky. Mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many, with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep it the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news! You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I'd like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now, 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. You can watch this very program. Steele has 3 E's. Don't forget about that. And subscribe to the podcast so you can listen anytime you like. You want to listen later on in the day. The show is a podcast. Podcast is the show. It's the same thing, except it's just at a different time than it is right now. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. I am so happy to have State Senator Maddie Diaz on with us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, Florida Senator from the 36th District. And I love talking about education, and I love that he is on because he is somebody who fights certainly for freedom, liberty, education. It is great to speak with you. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Drew. Great to be with you on your program today. I'm great.
I appreciate having you. But I got a lot of things to discuss today and some things that I might even want to kind of tease you with, throw at you with regard to education, my thoughts on some things I want to get your perspective on. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation. First of all, let me ask you this before we get into the education part of it. You know, I have to tell you that many people reached out to me with regard to the issue of Joe Biden and the monoclonal antibodies and how we had the issue here in the state of Florida with regard to the administration and the administering to the state when the governor stepped up. And we know how therapies are so important in this fight. And the idea that something would happen different than being able to receive life-saving therapies, how that could change due to what can only be called politics. Were you as outraged and even your constituents, people around you, talking about this as well, the outrage about the issue of distributing monoclonal antibodies to the state with regard to the Biden administration? Maybe your thoughts on that?
Completely outraged. And as the healthcare policy chair in the Senate and obviously a representative of my constituents, I was outraged because we've been promoting, helping the governor promote these sites, the ones that we have down here in Southeast Florida. Obviously, there was 25 sites across the state with capacity for about 300 a day. These are life-saving therapies. Nobody wants to talk about them. Everybody that we have that has called our office, that we've been able to help out, refer them, get them there, has turned around and told us that the effectiveness of this treatment is through the roof. They felt better within 24 hours. Everyone, obviously, that we've talked to, this has kept them away from the hospitals. So what's happened here is unfortunate that the Biden administration has decided that politics are more important, that a narrative that they want to push people towards a vaccination mandate is more important than actually having therapeutics. Because what happens is when you have a therapeutic, Drew, then all of these other measures become less important and become something that you can't mandate on people. Because if people understand that if they do happen to get COVID, that they can go and get this therapy and that they'll be, yes, while they'll be uncomfortable and they may feel sick, they're not going to end up in the hospital. They're not going to end up in a deathbed. And that's a problem when you're trying to push a narrative.
Yeah, and it's so disappointing because I know you probably say the same thing to people. Like the idea that politics would be involved in any of this, especially when we're talking about life-saving therapies, is an outrage. It's an absolute outrage. And from top to bottom, anybody, whether in the Florida State Senate or on the House side, anyone, we should all be in agreement that this is an outrage. It should not be happening. And I'm sure that you would probably hear the same thing moving into session. I would hope from those on the other side of the aisle. We don't want that to be the case. But let me get into something that may be an issue on the other side of the aisle in some cases. One of them might be the changes that we have going on right now with the standards. You know, a lot of people have been talking to me about the fact that ending the FSA testing standards there and moving into the FAST plan, they're excited to talk about this and this idea that we're moving into a different era, a different place when it comes to education. But a lot of people don't understand what that looks like. So maybe you can describe to us, getting rid of the standards now, the FSA, what does the FAST plan look like? What can we expect moving forward?
Well, first of all, we were, no matter what, getting rid of. The governor had decided a while back that we were going to get out of Common Core completely. We came up with the best standards, which get Florida completely out of the Common Core standards. So we were going to have to change our test now anyway. So this is the end of the FSA. It's the last year of the FSA. It's the last year of that test and those standards. And we have to go into the new Florida best standards, which are not Common Core and which will require a different assessment regardless. Now, the proposal, and now we're working through the drafts of this, Drew, what happens here is we're looking at, instead of going from the one-shot, end of the year, high-stakes test system, we're going to a progress monitoring system. But I want to be clear, this does not remove any of the accountability from the system. It's just going to be different, and we're going to leverage some of the technology that we have available so that our teachers can make real-time decisions and adjustments to students' education. So they're going to be benchmarked 3 times a year, one at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end. The test, the last benchmark at the end is the one that is going to count for accountability, because at the end of the year, we're going to expect that students still have a certain level of mastery of the components that they're learning, you know, whether it be in 3rd grade and they have to be on reading level by the end, or whatever grade it is. So this is going to allow, what does this do? It allows teachers to take a snapshot at the beginning of the year, see where each individual student is, and be able to adjust their education, be able to adjust their strategies to help each individual student. They'll do the same thing the midway point, and be able to adjust strategies instead of waiting to the end. And the expectations going into the end of the year is we will know exactly where students are and the adjustments that need to be made, and to help students and the interventions that we need to have for students to be able to reach that waypoint at the end. So think of these as waypoints on a map as we go across the school year. The biggest change is that teachers are going to have the data back quickly. They're going to be able to implement it instead of waiting till August of the year after students already left the class.
Right.
And then that data becomes less significant because the students moved on to another class. But the biggest change is, you know, the end of Common Core completely, and a more dynamic assessment system that allows teachers to turn around and actually use this data to improve students.
Yeah. You know, and maybe you can comment on this and tell me if I'm correct about this. As a homeschool family, I can tell you that this is what we do all the time. With my son, I am assessing constantly what's going on. And if something isn't right, if the way we're teaching math, for example, isn't working for him, we are able to tweak and adjust how we teach that topic and continue to watch, where we can focus more on the math if there's an issue, and maybe and everything else we could look at and say, okay, we're running smooth here, but he needs extra attention on this one particular subject, where we can craft it and keep an eye on it throughout the year. That's what homeschool families do. So we've seen the success. So that's what we're talking about, right? It's the same type of system, which is one that works.
Right. It's a system that allows you, again, it's real time. It allows you to make those changes. And here, the other component that a lot of folks are not talking about that I think is going to have a huge impact is, last year the legislature passed a new accountability system for our early learning. In other words, our pre-K, all of these students that are going to pre-K programs and early learning, which sometimes, unfortunately, Drew, have turned into just babysitting, and that's not what the state is paying for. Now we have an accountability system there. Those early years are so key to getting students ready for school. So by the time they get to 3rd grade, they are on level. If you're not reading in 3rd grade, you're not on level. Every year after that, it becomes harder and harder and harder to catch up. And that, you know, if you don't learn to read, you can't read to learn. And so I think these two systems coming together now and leveraging the technology and having a statewide system for progress monitoring, which means if a student leaves Miami-Dade and ends up in Lee County schools, when the student moves over, this district will receive that student and know exactly where they're at, exactly what they need, and it allows us to look at data across the state. So I think this is not only a positive move. I think this could be a big move in a positive direction to help get our students on track and make sure that our students are critically thinking, make sure that we're not teaching to the test, and that's a big deal.
And not falling through the cracks. Not falling through the cracks, keeping an eye on it. I mean, that's a huge That's a huge thing. Florida State Senator Manny Diaz joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Another thing, obviously, people are talking about is CRT in our schools and the concern about critical race theory. Look, across the country, Senator, we're seeing the same thing. We're seeing parents, families who see something all of a sudden that is tangible to them that they are hearing about and seeing in schools and are showing up en masse to have their say in their district about what is going on. And, how are we assuring that we're not going to worry about that moving forward when it comes to critical race theory in our schools and having some teeth behind what is being discussed here?
Well, I think number one, COVID has changed. Parents started to pay attention, but during COVID, parents are paying more and more and more attention because basically students were going, they were going to school for a while on their dining room table. Yep. So parents are more engaged, which I think is a very positive thing because the parents at the end of the day are the guardians of all these things at each school. Where the state can't possibly monitor every single classroom and every, across the state in every single district. Sure. Parents are that equalizer. So the problem with CRT is that people get confused. CRT is not allowed in Florida, but CRT is not a curriculum. The problem is that CRT is a point of view. It's a perspective where really it's anti-American, meaning that instead of looking at the individual and their opportunity and judge them based on their character and their competence and their attributes, everything goes back to what race that individual is. And I think that's a big problem. And when I say it's anti-American, it's because our America, even with its dark periods of time, which we have to learn history, because if you don't learn history, you're going to repeat it. Yeah. It's important that we learn our history, all of it, the good, the bad, all of it. I think that it's important that we continue to look at the individual and understand that the individual in the United States of America has an opportunity, regardless of where they come from, regardless of race, and that they should be judged on their character, their work ethic, etc. That's the way it needs to be. That's the way it's really evolved. If you look at we had our bumps and bruises and our dark periods, but look where we are now. And I think that it would be completely regressive to try to pigeonhole someone based on, what race they are and try to handicap them or try to, really have a perspective. So I think that's the dangerous part. This is not a curriculum. It's a philosophy by which you look at the world. And I think it's important. Again, the most important thing we can do is teach our proper history, teach our civics, and have our individual students, regardless of race, color, or creed, have the same opportunities. And that's what we strive for here in America. So I think this is a situation where everybody needs to be vigilant. And the parents, honestly, at each school are on the front line because they're the ones that are watching what's going on in that classroom for that student. Yeah, and part of that, too, is civics, right? I mean, the idea that we're not teaching our kids civics, it's some of the simple things also that are so very important. I mean, the idea that somehow that got out of our curriculum is well, not a good thing. We made a massive push in Florida, thanks to the governor, thanks to Commissioner Corcoran, thanks to us in the legislature, where we're pushing civics because in order to preserve our republic, we have to have a well-educated populace, and that means number one, not only understanding your history, but understanding your form of government. It's so frustrating when you have conversations with folks that people don't, especially younger people, don't understand our system of government, our separation of powers. Yep. The fact that the states created the federal government. I mean, all of those conversations, sometimes when you're talking to people, go right over their head. And that's why you run into problems like when we see the federal overreach, and when you see President Biden making these threats that or trying to implement these mandates on states, those are states' rights. But for folks to understand what is going on, they have to understand our system of government. They have to understand civics. They have to understand our history. So all of these things are interconnected, and we need to do a better job of making sure that our young people, our future, understand all of this, understand why America is a great experiment in the world and why we've been successful and in providing people freedom, opportunity, and just a way of life that is not seen in other countries. But it all boils down to understanding these factors.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about something that you have going on today that is important, celebrating freedom. And we're going to get to that in just a second with Florida State Senator Manny Diaz joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. But I wanted to throw something quickly at you. And, you don't have to answer this necessarily specifically. Just kind of I'm giving you an overview of something that I think is really important. Because as we look at critical race theory and how it's not something that is in textbooks that are teaching this, but certainly that there are teachers that are finding ways around in all different places across the country that are finding creative ways to introduce critical race theory and this idea of social justice and diversity, equity, inclusion, all of these words. And we find that they are finding ways to introduce it into the way that they are teaching. They're crafty, they're shrewd in the way that they're doing this to try to get that message through. And what my concern is that even though we do things at a state level, there are going to be individuals who are even going to look at you or look at the governor or look at elected officials and say, listen, I didn't vote for them. I don't believe in their ideology. And if they say things and there are things that they want to do from Tallahassee, I'm not even sure necessarily that we want to follow it or we're going to find a way around it. And I bring that up because I've talked about this, and I'd like to get maybe a viewpoint on this if you would. And that is, why can't we, if we can tweak it in just the right way? Because people have said this to me over and over again, and I'm kind of championing this as well. Why can't we have cameras in schools? Why can't we have microphones in classrooms? Why can't we see and hear the same way that we did externally during the pandemic and able to see it through a meeting? Why can't we have a situation where if it's that serious, if we are not messing around, and it really is a serious situation with regard to how our kids are being taught and the things that are going on in schools, and dare I say, there's another side on the left that might look at things like bullying and the like, where they might want to know what's going on in the classrooms as well. What about that? Why couldn't we do that if we tailored it properly?
Well, I think that's a good question. I think that you've seen the movement, right? Let's look at the movement across the country for body cams for police officers, right? Police officers are wearing cameras. Ultimately, I think it benefits good police officers because whenever their work is in doubt, there's camera evidence of what occurred, and it's easy to clear, right? Yeah. I think that your biggest obstacle, obviously, to having that kind of access to the classroom is the teachers' union. Unfortunately, the teachers' union represents the employees, and they've never pretended to represent the kids. At the end of the day, right. Education is about the kids. Yep. Or at least it should be. And it should be student-centered, but they're going to do anything. And I don't understand that because I think that if you're a good teacher, you have no problem teaching, and it doesn't matter who's watching, right? Because you're doing what you're supposed to do. Right. But a lot of times, unfortunately, these situations end up where it doesn't benefit those that are mediocre or bad, whoever they are. And so that's the concern. So I think the biggest obstacle is that you have collective bargaining contracts between the districts and these teachers unions, which would block that. And I think I agree with you. We saw it during the pandemic clearly, and that's why I think the problem that scares folks sometimes is the fact that parents are now paying attention. I would say parents are paying more attention now than they ever have been, at least in the last 40 years, of what's going on inside a classroom. But I said it wasn't voluntary, right? It happened because they had no choice. They had their students going to school at their dining room table, and they were able to watch into the classroom. Yep. The number of calls, the number of emails, the number of questions that has come because of that has gone through the roof because, again, parents are paying attention, and hopefully they're now paying attention more to what their school board does, because that's another problem we've always had is trying to get the electorate, the residents, the taxpayers to pay more attention to what their school board is doing.
Right.
Because what happens there is even though those meetings are in public, since nobody's watching and nobody's paying attention, they do whatever they want and there's no repercussion. So I think accountability on what's starting in the classroom and then, what happens at school board meetings. I think if parents are paying more attention, behavior changes because people know that someone is watching that's willing to keep them accountable.
Yep. And by the way, Celebration Freedom Week is going on this week, and you've got a big event today going on. Is that right?
We do. We're about to head over to True North, which is a classical liberal arts charter that is heavy on character and their civics education. So we're going to
I-75 southbound back.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Celebrate Founders Day, and we're going to celebrate freedom and also, have some proclamations for the job that this school is doing and making sure they instill our values, American values, the Constitution, civics, a celebration of, freedom and opportunity in our country at the school level. So an incredible job that they're doing over there. Mike Baleka, he was a former member of the Florida House, founded these schools. Now he has multiple schools, and they're doing a great job in instilling this. Today we're going to celebrate founders, celebrate freedom, celebrate America, and recognize the work that they're doing over at True North.
Love it. Sounds awesome. All right, Florida State Senator Manny Diaz joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I always appreciate a few minutes. I know you're busy today. Thank you for making time for us, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do this soon. All the best. Thanks so much.
You got it. Thanks, Drew.
All right,
pleasure.
239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. For Matt and Lisa Kuhn, it's fueled by family. Working together to make vehicles more useful for their community, they've become leaders in last-mile transportation. That's why First Horizon is proud to celebrate unstoppable spirits like Matt and Lisa. From the first stop to the final destination, we use our understanding to keep our clients headed toward success. Visit firsthorizon.com/unstoppable to learn how unstoppable starts here.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
So I'm a public school teacher, and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving, and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative Treatments at QC Kinetics. biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good mornings. I-75 southbound backed up all the way from Fort Myers into Collier County right now because of a crash near the Collier-Lee County line at mile marker 114. All lanes are now open. Everything from that crash is off to the left-hand shoulder near the median. However, traffic is still filtering through and very slow, even getting off to exit 123 to Corkscrew Road, seeing a lot of delays from that southbound exit ramp. We also have a crash on Immokalee Road westbound, blocking a left lane and a turn lane right near the Esplanade, and that's at Esplanade Boulevard. So watch out for slowdowns westbound, especially going past Gulf Coast High School and Laurel Oak Elementary. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day of less humid and dry conditions today. Look for a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming to near 90 degrees. So still a warm afternoon, but with a clearer sky. Mostly clear as we head into tonight. Temperatures will be cooling down into the 60s for many, with a low near about 69 degrees. Partly cloudy and dry still for your Wednesday, a high of 90 degrees. We keep with the chance for just a stray shower for Thursday before those rain chances start to bump back up as we head into Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. And quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Boy, there's a lot of audio out there. All right, let's get to some of it. Top 5 audio clips of the day right now, the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
What do I think about the control of our borders? What would I do about it? Ladies and gentlemen, no great country can say it is secure without being able to control its borders.
Yes! Finally, Joe Biden, President of the United States, finally admits that we can't have a country unless we secure the border. Man, I'm telling you, I thought it would be a while, but it's good to know that 8 months in, he's finally come around to that. I'm sorry. No. That was from 2007. I'm sorry. That's Joe Biden, 2007. I'm talking about the importance of being able to secure borders and how you can't have a country unless you have secure borders. So what's happened?
Number 4. So if it were your kid, would you get them vaccinated?
I don't think they need it.
So what would you say? Homeschool or get the vaccine?
Honestly, I don't think a kid needs to get it.
Thank you.
You know?
You shouldn't have to get a vaccine. You're a kid, you know?
Well, they're kids, you know. I don't know if you can hear that very well, but that is another Project Veritas video, this time with Johnson & Johnson executives that are claiming that kids don't need to get vaccinated. As a matter of fact, they're young. They can rebound from the virus. It'll be fine. The discussion about, listen, if I had a choice to homeschool or get the vaccine, yeah, I'd probably homeschool. They're just kids. You shouldn't have to get a vaccine. They're kids. This Johnson & Johnson execs saying that the kids shouldn't get the vaccines. What?
Number 3.
And we'll be nation leading with our mandate, which strikes at midnight tonight, when everyone is expected in a hospital in the state of New York or a healthcare facility to have been vaccinated. I will be signing an executive order to give me the emergency powers necessary to address these shortages where they occur. That's going to allow me to deploy the National Guard.
Can I just stop for a second? That is the governor of the state of New York, Hochul, who is telling everybody that today, as of midnight last night, or this morning, and right now as we speak, if you are not a vaccinated healthcare worker, you will lose your job, and you'll lose your insurance benefits as well. Your any kind of benefits that you would get, those things are gone. Your healthcare workers are going to be now unable to get unemployment insurance. Sorry about that. You should have listened to us. And then having to bring in the National Guard with medical experience, of course, to take their place. Does anybody find it odd that you would be taking away the ability of healthcare workers who, through the pandemic, didn't have a vaccine, but were more than happy to and step up to, heroes, right? Stepping up to take care of those individuals that were getting the vid. They were doing that during the pandemic, that now all of a sudden, that if they're not vaccinated, we're going to take them off the front lines, no longer heroes. They're gone. Take them away and replace them with National Guard, medically trained National Guard troops to take their place. Does anybody find something really odd and strange and wrong with that at all?
Number 2.
But I will also note, and we've done this a little bit over the past couple of days, but that this package, the reconciliation package, would cost $0. So what I'm saying, the case we're making here is that there needs to be agreement on the different components. There's broad agreement on the goals. And then there needs to be agreement on what the revenue pay-fors are.
Okay, so the revenue pay-fors. So there you go. Jen Psaki, who's trying to explain this narrative that nobody believes and can't wrap their head around, is that zero. It's not going to cost anybody anything. All the rich, the uber rich, they're going to pay. They got to pay their fair share. They're going to pay for all of this. Don't you sweat it. You really don't believe that, do you?
Number 1.
Oh, I lost my number 1. Where's my number 1? Hold on a second. Stand by. There it is. Okay. Make believe like this didn't happen. Let's start again. Here we go.
Number 1.
Does need to be vaccinated for us to go back to normal? Like, what is the percentage of total vaccinations that happen in people age?
Well, I think we get the vast majority, like is going on in some industries and some schools, 97, 98%.
That's it. Let's move the goalposts again. Okay, so it's 15 days to stop the 30-day spread, and all we need to do is get vaccinated, and we only need 70% of people vaccinated to get back to normal. And then when asked yesterday, hey, after getting his booster shot that the FDA is like, yeah, I'm not really sure we need to necessarily do. Well, he is in that age group that he probably could use a booster shot. But anyway, on the heels of all of that, when do we get back to normal? The president of the United States is like, 97, 98% vaccination. Really? Why even bother having goalposts? Just get rid of them completely. Get new rules, okay?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
So there you go, moving that out. So nothing to see here. We're changing all the rules. We're changing everything. We're moving goalposts. I mean, how bad is it going? It's not like, I guess it could be worse. It's not like we're finding places around the world that are saying, if you don't get tested and maybe you got the sniffles, that we're going to just consider that as COVID. I mean, nobody would ever do that, right? It's a
breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, that's what they're doing in Canada. No joke.
If individuals choose to not get tested for COVID but are home with an illness, they're now counted in the list as being part of that outbreak.
No, you can't do that. Wait a minute. How you don't even know what it is, and you're gonna count it as a part of the outbreak? the health officials in Canada saying, if you don't get tested but you got the sniffles, we're considering that COVID. No, you're not allowed to do that. But that's what they're doing. Again, we're supposed to trust, the elite, the better than you people, like the Dr. Fauci's, St. Fauci, and we're supposed to do this, and I'm just trying to find where the trust lies. I don't know. I'm trying to look at some of the headlines to find it. Is it with General Milley? No, I'm not really sure about General Milley. Now we come to find out that the top military officer in the U.S. talked to his Russian counterpart about an offer from the Kremlin to aid the U.S. in responding to terror threats in Afghanistan. Basically, hey, listen, we'll let you use some bases over here if you really need some help. Hey, let me call the Russians and see if we can get help on Afghanistan. What? So are we trusting General Milley? And we're kind of losing trust, especially when you consider that we still have Americans in Afghanistan who are trying to get out. But no. It's not in the headlines. So that don't even talk about that. There's nothing to see here. We're going to move along from that. So just looking at it there, we can't find it. Where else can we go? Where else can we find places of trust? Well, let's see. Oh, I don't know. Maybe is it with the governor there in the state of New York who's telling everybody that, hey, listen, if you think you got a religious exemption when it comes to the vaccination, getting vaxxed, I don't know. We're going to take you to court over that because we got some people that say otherwise.
My default position is to ask people, please do this. This is why. It's been proven to be safe. The vaccine's been out there a long time now.
Is it about safety? Is it because maybe that we realize that the vaccine is like a therapy, and there's other therapies to take out there besides vaccines. There's monoclonal antibodies that we know that are 70 to 85% effective, getting severely sick and dying and going into hospital. We know that from Dr. Fauci because he mentioned that.
There are not legitimate religious exemptions because the leaders of all the organized religions have said there's no legitimate reason, and we're going to win that in court in a matter of days.
Really? Who are they? Who are the leaders of these organized religions that are like, there's no religious exemption here? Sorry. No, we're telling you what is and isn't. And you have no personal say in this. You have absolutely no personal say in your religious liberties or not. No. We have people that tell you what is and isn't. So who are these leaders? The organized that are saying it. Are they really?
And so this is so unnecessary. And I just want to appeal to the individuals to know that, your coworkers want you to do this.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to show up in your church and tell you that, listen, this is ordained from God, this vaccine. Stop it.
I've prayed a lot to God during this time. And you know what? God did answer our prayers. He made the smartest men and women, the scientists, the doctors, the researchers. He made them come up with a vaccine that is from God to us. And we must say, thank you, God. Thank you. And I wear my vaccinated necklace all the time to say, I'm vaccinated. All of you. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones. But there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are. I need you to be my apostles. I need you to go out.
I can't do it. Are you sick and twisted? I mean, I'm just going to say that. That's just my personal opinion. That's the governor of the state of New York, Hochul. Does that sound sick and twisted to anybody else? Oh, hey, by the way, while you're there in the church and you're telling the congregation about, you're against God's will if you're not taking the vaccine, and God knows who you are, and all of this. Hey, how you doing on the killing of babies thing, the abortion thing that you are big time pro-choice on? And how's that working out in that church that you go to? Are they okay? Thumbs up to killing babies? Are they okay with that? I'm just asking. It's just a question. I mean, maybe is that a little harsh? Sorry. It really sounds a little cultish if we're talking about the vax and the vid, and as Tucker Carlson described it, the Church of COVID. And there are people in the back that they're applauding that. It's like it's awesome. It's cool. It's the left is really truly twisted. And there are twisted, demented people on the left that are saying and doing things and suggesting things that many people are willing to follow. You probably heard the story. I wish I had the audio. I haven't checked for cussing on this audio, and I could probably just play it in confidence. We got the dump button. The New Yorker invited a How to Blow Up a Pipeline author, Andreas Malm, on a weekly radio show where the far-left climate change extremists implored the environmental movement to embrace violence. How to blow up a pipeline. That's what you have to do. Should the climate movement embrace sabotage? Should the left, should the climate extremists, should the crazies among us say, you know what? Rule of law, out the window. Hey, burning down cities to get what we want? Listen, we're already there. The New Yorker provided a platform for a far left extremist to say, yeah, you need to blow things up, pipelines, and like damage people's personal property because it's not really that big a deal. I mean, it's a science. Like this is happening. How to Blow Up a Pipeline author, an associate senior lecturer of human ecology at Lund University, at a university, invited on the New Yorker Radio Hour and made an impassioned call for eco-terrorism. I've got to see if I can, I thought I had it. Specifically talking about, is this it? Let me see, hold on.
We went through rich neighborhoods and picked out SUVs. This was in the early career of SUVs when they were still remarkable on streets before they had become completely ubiquitous. And it's very easy to deflate the tires of a car. You just unscrew the valve and you insert a little gravel or a piece of stone or something like that, and you screw the valve back on, and then the air will be out of the tire in a couple of hours. So this was not property destruction. No. It didn't damage anything. No. It created an inconvenience for the owners of SUVs.
What was the result of this action? Were there arrests? Did anybody do jail time?
There was eventually one arrest.
But that's it. And then he goes on to say, I'm in favor of destroying machines, property. I think property can be destroyed in all manner of ways, like blowing up a pipeline. Now, here's what I'm going to say before we go. The New Yorker is giving them a platform to say these things with no repercussions. The media in this country has given the far-left crazies and those that are in the minority, radicals, platforms to say these things as if they're the majority. That's why I keep talking about the culture war that is out there right now, that you've got to fight against all of this because that is not the majority of Americans in this country. Dare I say the globe. The people aren't saying, you know what, you got to destroy things. You just have to do it to get what you want. Forget about law and order. Forget about all that. We need to defund police departments and we need to blow stuff up. And if you don't like it, we're going to blow up some more. And if you are, and I'll say this, and yeah, you can go, Jake. And let me just say this. The far left is closer to Democrats than they are to Republicans. Oh, that's an outrageous thing to say. How dare, is it? No, really, is it? And if you think that's outrageous, and if you're a Democrat who doesn't want to be compared to the far left and some of the destructive policies of the left, but yet your party is closer to the left and the destructive left, then you need to re-examine your ideology and who you stand with and why you would allow all of this to take place. That's quite a leap. You can't make that leap from somebody who's calling for the destruction of blowing up pipelines and private property to me as a Democrat, as somebody who is a... Is it? I mean, how many in the party would say, no, we don't believe in this, that's too extreme? How I don't know, when it comes to what people are willing to do with vaccines and kids and some other things that are going on, I don't know. How destructive are you willing to be? I'm asking the question. If you think it's an outrageous thing, you can send your cards and letters to this station. I'm okay with that. All right, let's find out what's going on right now with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Well, good morning and happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day ahead with less humid and dry conditions. Look out for a mostly sunny sky. Still warm for the afternoon as temperatures hit near about 90 degrees. We cool things down to near 69 for your Wednesday morning. Cooler start to another warm but dry day and a partly cloudy sky for tomorrow and another high near 90. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The hosts you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Replace your AC today, go on a cruise tomorrow. Island Air wants to send you to the island. Matt here from Island Air of Southwest Florida with some great news.
Decisions. Do I buy an air conditioner? Do I take a vacation? For a limited time, Island Air is offering you both in one package.
Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Call National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Call National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
You can't go wrong when you're getting it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.